morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all my Vikings out there. Skol. Today, we will talk about a concept called a forcing action or a forcing move. What is a forcing move? This is a maneuver that you make in order to limit the options of response your opponent can provide. And when we talk about forcing moves, there is not always one particular forcing move. A forcing move is something you should always strive to apply in every situation, in every battle. So you want to create forcing moves, right? And when I say create forcing moves, it has to be a valuable forcing move, right? It cannot be a meaningless one. It should be a valuable. If it's valuable, that's when it is a forcing move. Because when it is done, it would put your opponent in an uncomfortable position. They may not be sure, or they may be required to think fast and respond with how they have to in order to avoid losing a lot of value and compensation in battle. Let's take a look over a battle, shall we? This will probably give us a good idea of what we are talking about, okay? Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Is this a good one? I think this is a good one. Let's take a look and see. I don't remember any of these, so we're just gonna have to take a wild guess. Okay, so we got Kagro, Ni, and I taking on Evil, Alex, and Fur. So here's our starting lineup. We got our Axe Ingvars and Eogans and their Ingvars taking on their Rurik and Axemen with their Eogans and the Ingvar, alright? So at the moment, you see everyone is coming towards the center, right? Their forces are coming here. Our forces are coming here. We are slowly making our way to break the gate, okay? At the moment, there is no forcing move, and it looks like they broke the gate first. But if you see Evil's command here, he wants to create a forcing move by trying to launch an attack over here. So in that perceived situation, they're forcing to advance ground and gather some space on the same end. As you see me here, I'm trying to avoid them getting space by taking a lead first in order to gather as much space as possible. Now, why is space a major concept for forcing moves? It's because when you control a lot of area, oftentimes you will easily be able to maneuver around and you're able to decide how you want to perform in a battle. You have all this space. You can choose to attack whenever you want to. You can defend whenever you want to. When you control a lot of space, it gives you flexibility. You don't have to sit and wait. Sometimes it is good to sit and wait in certain situations, but oftentimes in the long term, when you sit and wait for a reaction from your opponent rather than create your own action, you will oftentimes be limited in your battles in progression. So let's continue. Take a look at this. So we both are deciding to clash, and it looks like they didn't want to engage much. They are sitting on their sides, and we decided to engage them first. So Kagro here, he sent out his first one. Evil went too far, and it looks like the other forces of Alex Evil and Ferratus, they came out, but unfortunately they were sitting in the back too far and they were caught up. So in the end, they were not able to respond on time, and this one also, we kind of stopped them from being able to pursue a full-on attack. So in a sense, we were able to win this first skirmish. And even though they took out my axemen, their Ingvars, which are valuable, are gone. So now Ingvars are valuable pieces in here. So once they die out, you got to figure out a way to respond back. Now, the original option is to go and rob houses, find that key fast. But unfortunately, someone here decided to create a forcing move, right? So while there were two, just Ferraris' two warriors, Nee on my team decided to go ahead and pursue an attack on Fur, right? In a way, he's trying to create a forcing move, but in a better sense, there is no need to go launch an attack on Ferraris and the Axeman, because all Nee had to do was just rob houses. Because remember, how do we know what is the forcing move we should strive for, right? We have to see the objective of the battle. That's how you see it. The main objective in Lindisfarne is to burn more ships than your opponents, or to have more valor points than your opponent by the time ends in a battle. So in that sense, here we see that we created a forcing move in the beginning by getting a lot of space, and we won in that competition. But we also saw that there was an unnecessary forcing move. Like when Nee went to pursue a battle with Ferraris and with his, like, the Eogan and Ingvar, after he used the Magnet ability, taking on the Rurik and Axeman, oftentimes is not a good turnout, because oftentimes Rurik and the Axeman can come out victorious, because Eogan is very vulnerable to Axemans and Eogans. So in that sense, because he did that, Kagramat and I are forced to try and get them out of that situation. But by the time we all come there, all their forces are regrouping, and they're able to help be able to take out our forces. I'm trying to escape in vain. Kagro, he's being sucked out. It is just an unfortunate turnout, because this could have been avoided. In a sense, we got baited into taking into the attack. I'm not going to say Nee got baited into, I'm going to say we did, because it is, as a team, you win as a team, you lose as a team. So whatever happens, it affects the whole team as a whole. So here we are. Yeah, I'm trying my best to try avoiding getting caught, because like I said, Ingvar is your most valuable piece, but it was just a bit too far. There was really nothing much we could do. Like, we had a good start, but like I said, one small mistake is all it takes for us to cost the battle, right? And we got Kagro. Where is everyone? Okay, yeah. Now they're able to, you see them? They're able to go ahead and look for the keys, trying to find the key to be able to open the night, right? Here's another forcing move we're trying to create, right? We're all trying to get the knights taken out. Why is taking out the knights is also, in a sense, trying to create forcing moves, because a knight provides 200 points. So there's 3 knights in Lindisfarne. You get 600 points. You are in a better position, and your opponent is forced to get ship burns, because if they don't get a ship burn, then the person with the most points wins. Let's take a look at how this goes here. Here is another scenario, right? In a sense, here, yeah, they want a quick skirmish right now, I think, yeah, and they're leading on points. So at the moment, they're relaxing. Their whole team is relaxing because they got points, and all they have to do is try to keep that point advantage, or be able to pressure us more by being able to come over here and burning one of our ships, or setting up a bonfire in order to launch more ship burns. You see how evil Zingvar is alive? Like, he knows that character provides a lot of forcing moves, because it can attract folks, you can escape with it, you can do a lot of stuff with it. So here I am, he's sending a burn, I'm trying my best to stop him, and here comes Evil trying to send his Ingvar, and it looks like they are trying to get it. See how they're forcing a move right now? They're trying to get a ship burn, because when they get a ship burn and have an advantage over us by points, it makes our margin of winning very, very low. So here we go. They provided even more force. They were able to get a ship burn, and they also dominated our beach. So in a sense, they are winning pretty far. And who's that running? Okay, yeah, here, that's me running. See, so I know we're behind right now, because we lost the point advantage, right? So because right now we have 4 minutes left, and we got to get this to 2. But if we can't get it to 2 by 4 minutes, it is a tough shot. So I'm creating that forcing move. But they are also recognizing that, and they're creating their forcing moves. They can choose to come here, stop me from getting a ship burn, or they can get another bonfire and try to burn another ship to provide more advantage on their end. So in a sense, these are some concepts which I would want to share with you as forcing moves, right? See, I'm trying to create this here, and it looks like I did get a burn, right? But even though I got a burn, it's only a single burn. We got to get 2 burns. Why? Because they forced us in that disadvantage earlier in the match by getting a lot more points and by the recent ship burn Ferraris just did. And it looks like we did stop them from getting a ship burn because their bonfire went out, right? And so that is also another thing I want to explain. When your opponent does bring a bonfire on the beach, bring a torch on the beach, if you knock it out and let it burn completely, and that would be a huge value on your end. Why? Because now they're not threatening you with the force burn on your ship. And by doing that, the way to do that is to force a move, in this case, by engaging them in combat. You constantly engage them in combat, distract them from being able to get the torch. That, in a sense, is how you would do it, right? Let's see, who else got the torch here? Yeah, I'm trying to get this again. I'm trying to get a second torch burn, but it's not easy because they know that if we do get another burn, we're going to lose. So here comes Alex trying to stop me here. And I think Kagro is trying to provide a way, but Evil and Ferraris came through, and even Nee is also trying to help out. But Evil, he sees this coming from a mile away, and so does Alex, and they know that I can't really stop this process. It is a tough scenario. Like, in order to be able to force another successful burn, you have to have your forces all down on the beach. But see, here they are. They successfully were able to engage in combat with me the whole time. And since I was not able to pick up the torch, I was not able to have a chance to be able to burn their ship. So in this battle, it was unfortunate. I was not able to do much, and neither was my team. We did have a wonderful start, but that small mistake in the beginning can cost a large part of the match, right? And I think someone did have a torch ready, right? Who else had a torch ready? Who was carrying a torch? Oh, that's Alex. Yeah, Alex is preparing to go for another ship burn. This is like an overkill, man. He's going for another ship burn, and it looks like we are trying our best to defend. I mean, this is in vain, I would say, because we have, and they did get a burn successfully, right? Alex forced another move just in less than 6 seconds, and we were able to they were able to take the win in that match, right? What are some forcing moves we did discuss in this video here? One, we talked about the forcing move of getting more space. You control more space, you get to move around and have some flexibility. What is another forcing move we learned? By burning a ship in order to force your opponent to be able to be in an uncomfortable position to try and recoup that loss by burning more ships than what your opponent has done. And what's another concept we learned? We learned about that point advantage by getting higher points, right? Why is this a value gain? This is a value gain because when you get more points than your opponents, even if you are tied with ship burns, if you have 0-0 burns, 1-1 burns, or 2-2 burns, whoever has the most points, they would win the match. So they were dominant on points, they were dominant on ship burns. In the beginning, we were dominant in space advantage, but at the same time, we did lose out on that. And also, they were also another forcing move. They were able to engage. We also did it, but they also did it. When someone is carrying a torch and they're threatening to burn a ship, you constantly fight that person. Make sure they don't pick up that torch. Let that torch burn. Or maybe one of your teammates can pick it up if they have an open shot to go ahead and make a run for it. So it is a tough scenario, but this is all different elements of forcing moves, right? And to be able to go back to it, remember, a forcing move is a maneuver you make to limit the number of responses your opponent can provide. We'll be going through these elements a little bit more in the series ahead, okay? I hope you all have a wonderful day, a blessed week, and the time ahead. Cheers.